Folks, it's Fernando doing another video for the More Survivalists, and this is going to be a Pocket EDC update video. Stick around because I have a couple new things here and there and some tips that no doubt you'll find useful. Most of all, before I even forget, is that regarding my cell phone, one of the very good tips is actually this. If you have something like one of these battery saver apps, I used to have the DU battery saver app in my cell phone, given that I was struggling with battery. Turns out that the thing that was draining my battery was the DU battery saver itself. So if you have one of these battery saver apps in your phone, get rid of it, because that's the kind of thing, these app killer apps that stop the function of different programs in your cell phone, that's the thing that ruins your battery life. I got rid of it in mind and did the same thing with my wife's phone, and we're both having much better battery life without those. So yeah, and after doing a little bit of research, I found out that most of the positive articles online regarding how good these apps are actually paid for by the app makers themselves. So yeah, you know, just a little tip there that a lot of people may find useful if you're struggling with that. Get rid of any battery saving or app killing application that you have. That's it regarding that. In terms of knife, still using the zero tolerance 0630, the Emerson Design S35VN steel. It's just not only a very good looking knife, at least that's the way I see it. It's also something that I learned to really like as time went by, especially the wave feature. Just snaps like that, opening almost by itself, and the more you use it and practice with it, the more you appreciate the speed advantage that you have with such a knife. You have the steel insert there so as to keep the locking bar from sticking. So yeah, all in all, really a nice knife. Zero tolerance makes some really nice stuff, and when you have an Emerson Design blade, it's really hard to go wrong with that. So yeah, absolutely do recommend it. I mean, I've had cold steel as well. I have a lot of those as well, but something like this, it's pretty neat too. In terms of sunglasses, still using my Wiley X revolvers. Maybe eventually get something a little bit in better shape. These have been used for quite some time, but very much functional. I mean, really no reason to upgrade to anything else so far, but other than maybe aesthetics reasons, maybe they're a little bit outdated, I guess, but very much functional, and I do like them a lot. I got actually a new wallet somewhere around here, which is the exact same design as this one, but it's just blue and it just says Quicksilver there. But just got it as a replacement. Maybe I'll show it later in another video, but still using the same wallet, given that it has that card configuration, keeping them when you remove them like laterally rather than pulling out in this direction, which sometimes happens that your cards fall. Not happening here. Very thin as well. So yeah, I have I actually have another wallet that I got. I got two of them, trying to find if I saw something that I like better. No, still going for this one, which over the years I got attached to it. So I guess that's that. I have it changed to the Zebra Light H52W. Is it? Yeah, it's actually, yeah, I think it is. It's a neutral white color, and I did the video. I think it's a couple videos ago. I covered it in a review, and really liking it. Especially that thing about using that moonlight mode with that long first click and accessing the high mode with a first click, or double clicking to get to the medium mode. I mean, and especially with this clip and the angle head format, very nice, and it's very small as well. That's something that I've noticed as I carried it, is I'm really not suffering anything in terms of size. It's still a very small flashlight. I don't know why some people have even smaller ones, like like AAA battery flashlights, which is the kind of stuff I use in a keychain actually. Given that you have this kind of stuff for pocket EDC, this, at least for me, makes perfect sense. Another thing, since we're talking about things that I don't quite get, is how anyone can live without a multi-tool, like a full-size multi-tool like this one, like my Leatherman Charge TTI. I've been carrying this, pocket carrying it for years, and I just don't know how people function without one. Even the smaller ones, I really like the Leatherman, the PS4, but for me that's keychain stuff, and I really like the idea of having a full-size multi-tool. And it's not just that I like the idea of it, I actually use it a lot. I mean, these two things, I don't get how people go through a day without having a good flashlight and a good multi-tool. For me, these are essential. So yeah, just, if it's not broken, don't try to fix it. The saying goes, I guess. And in this case, I still, as I keep saying over and over again, I still haven't found a better multi-tool than the Charge TTI. So, not changing it anytime soon. Really looking forward to the day that I honestly have something better than this one. I mean, the blade is maybe the thing that gets used the most, the emergency, the serrated blade as well sometimes, but maybe this is the thing that I use the most. Besides, of course, the pliers as well. Screwdrivers, every once in a while I end up using it, but it seems that there's always some little function that I need my my multi-tool for, either the pliers or the blade itself. Just something that can't be without. Same keychain thing as before, really nothing special here. One of the recent things that I've used was the USB drive, which this is a kind of little upgrade that I make over the years that I end up realizing that from now on I'm going to be sticking with that. I like the idea and learn to appreciate how good it is to have a flash drive in your keychain. Anyone that wants to give you any information or data or whatever it is, share files, this is very handy for that. Peanut lighter, titanium, always checking so as to see that I still have working fuel in there as a backup lighter. Little pry bar, still eventually for those little prying tasks, still end up using it every once in a while. The Victorinox Mini Champ, just wonderful. I'm thinking of getting the Alox one, the one that has those aluminum scales. I will be losing the tweezers and pen, which I don't like the idea of losing those. The thing is that with over a decade of experience with a Mini Champ, I know that the weakest point that it has is actually the scales itself. Whenever you do something a little bit more forceful, the tool holds up holds up quite nicely. The scales usually don't do as well, so you have to be a little bit careful with that. But I'm thinking of maybe getting the Alox Mini Champ and getting separate tweezers and a pen for a keychain. It would be adding more stuff, but I don't know, maybe something to try out later in the future. And my backup flashlight, which is the ThruNite T, very bright for single AAA battery light. What is it, like 160 lumens was it? Some insane amount of lumens like that. The only thing I have changed, upgraded to, is using a rechargeable battery now. Given that I've had sometimes a little bit of a bad experience with alkaline batteries leaking, I don't want that happening. Don't want to have that nasty surprise. And besides, these have more power, so it's all adding up nicely. This is an IKEA Lada 900, which it's made in Japan. There it says made in Japan. So I'm thinking it's going to be quite good. I'll give it a go, see how it works. But rarely using it these days. I mean, always it happens that when you have a main EDC flashlight, you rarely end up going for the keychain one. If this is in your pocket all the time, this is the one you reach for more often. But having backups is important. So you have your your main EDC flashlight, you have your backup, and you have your your phone's LED as a backup to the backup thing, right? So yeah, that's it regarding that. What else we have? Car keys. Just, you know, my Honda CR-V car keys with a Rescue Me tool for seatbelt cutting and breaking the glass. I've seen that there's an adapter, so as you have this attached to the side of your, you know, that thing that folds down so as to keep the sun out of your eyes, that little flap there, so as to not have it in your keychain and actually have it attached somewhere in the car. And that makes sense as well. And this is kind of bulky, you know, even though it's not heavy. You know, thinking of it in terms of what I have of usefulness and volume, right? This is pretty bulky for what I have. So if I do find somehow a way of attaching this in the car, it's still very much handy, you know, because this way you always have it there in case of an emergency. If I find something else that works, maybe I'll replace this and leave it in the car somewhere attached. And then just a simple button cell light, because I just, you know, yeah, now I'm thinking of it, I have 4 flashlights with this one as well. So I don't know why, but I always had one in my car keychain, and just more handy, just since you, especially, you know what, at night in the garage when it's dark, it's just faster and handier to just, you know, press like that, so as to have a little bit of light, and that's it. What else? Pretty much done here. A little bit of loose change that I had in my pocket for some reason. I do have the, ironically enough, I do have actually a couple coins there, which usually I have it here, but this time it was just in my pocket loose instead of being in there. Interesting little fact is that, given that I live in a place where there's lots of tourism, coins come from all over the place. These are local euro coins. These are from Spain. This one is from Portugal, and this one is from Germany. I actually started a little collection of coins, of European coins, in a little bag that I have, trying to collect them all. So yeah, that's going quite nicely, given the amount of people from all over the place here. It's, you know, you get handed change from all sorts of places, which is always nice. Another thing that I've included and started carrying is a pocket piece. Basically, a pocket piece is a coin that you're for some reason fond of, or you know, like a good luck charm, but not even that. Just a pocket piece would be something that you like having in your pocket for, you know, just because, right? And this is a $50 Kennedy 1964. I like it. I mean, it's first of all, it's 90% silver. Of course, that's always nice. It's, you know, it's Kennedy. You know, who doesn't like Kennedy? And then you have your eagle there, the presidential seal, and you know, it has a lot of historic significance. It was a very much liked president. It marks the end of an era of you know, metal coins with a true metal value, silver content. You know, it's just I believe these were minted specifically because of the Kennedy assassination, so that's also relevant. So this one had a little bit of a mark there, as you see, so I don't have it. I have a few others that are in very much, you know, like mint condition. This was not the case, so you know, why not have it in your pocket as a little token. So yes, that would be it. I think the only thing left is my watch, the Casio ProTrek Solar, which is, you know, I cannot say enough good things about it. It's a tough watch. In spite of the size, being titanium, it's very light. It has your compass. It has the tide graphic there as well. Solar, tough as nails. You know, the barometer, altimeter as well. Just lots of functions that's got used to having there. And even though I have other nice watches, I just keep on using this one because it just does all those things. Don't use it all the time, but especially here. You know what, I realized that I used to check it far more often in Ireland, given that the weather changed so fast. I was constantly checking the barometric pressure graphic there, because in Ireland it would rain all the time, start and stop raining maybe 3-4 times a day sometimes, and this would let you know if things were going south with the pressure dropping fast. You know, you knew it was going to be getting wet soon. And if it was going up, you had nice weather. The thing is, here in Costa del Sol, the weather is always boringly beautiful, so you just check your watch for just the time. The tide graphic maybe is something that I check every once in a while. I also like having the compass there as well. I also started carrying my gold chain. I used to have this one with a cross. The thing is, when I left Argentina, I gave the cross to my niece. I kept these two. This is from my first communion, and this is a little medal that my wife gave me when we were first dating. So they have that significance, and I'm actually looking for a good, nice little cross to add again, because I really would like to have one of those like I used to for most of my adult life, right? And now that it's getting very hot and the summer is just around the corner, I need to get a good hat. I have this one, I have a few other ones. I'm not really completely happy with anything yet. This one is okay, keeps the sun away from your face, which is kind of a big deal here because it gets ridiculously hot and you get sunburned very easily. So looking for a good hat. If I find anything interesting, I'll see how that goes. Guys, it's gonna be all for now. Remember to subscribe, share, thumbs up is always appreciated. Have a great day. See you on our next video.